Who really rules the waves in 2025? From the tense waters of the Mediterranean to the massive expanse of the Pacific, a powerful navy is one of the ultimate symbols of global influence. So today, we're going to dive in and count down the 10 strongest maritime forces on the planet. Let's get started. But first, let's tackle a really big question. When we talk about a strong navy, what are we actually talking about? Is it really just a numbers game? Whoever has the most ships wins? Well, as you're about to see, the answer is a whole lot more complicated than that. Modern naval strategy really boils down to two competing ideas. On one side, you've got quantity, just the raw number of ships you can float. But on the other, and this is what really matters today, is capability. We're talking about cutting-edge technology, the ability to project power anywhere on the globe, and the overall quality of your sailors and ships. And spoiler alert, modern rankings lean heavily on capability. So, to keep our countdown fair and accurate, we're using a specific metric called the Total Value Rating, or TVR. It comes from the World Directory of Modern Military Warships, and it's basically a balanced scorecard. The key thing to remember is this isn't just about counting ships. The TVR looks at technology, global reach, and combat readiness to paint a much truer picture of a Navy's actual strength. Okay, with that out of the way, let's see who made the cut. All right, let's kick off the countdown. Coming in at number 10 is the Italian Navy. As a major NATO power, their main job is keeping control of the Mediterranean Sea, which is one of the most vital waterways in the world. And as you can see, they're punching above their weight with 2 light aircraft carriers. Now that is a huge asset for a navy of this size, giving them the ability to project air power all across the region, something very few of their neighbors can do. Moving on up the list. At number 9, we have another key player in the Mediterranean, the Turkish Navy. Turkey has been pouring money into its navy, building a pretty large and well-balanced fleet of modern warships. What's really turning heads is their new amphibious assault ship. It's basically a light aircraft carrier, and it's designed to carry all sorts of aircraft, including advanced drones. That could be a real game changer in any future regional conflicts. All right, next up. Grabbing the number 8 spot is a navy with truly global reach, the French Navy. And the symbol of that power is its crown jewel, the Charles de Gaulle. This thing is a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, and get this, it's the only one of its kind outside the United States Navy. That single ship, along with a fleet of nuclear-powered submarines, firmly cements France's place as a major global naval power. Let's see who's at number 7. Sliding into the number 7 spot is the United Kingdom's Royal Navy. Now, it may not be the globe-spanning force you read about in the history books, but today's Royal Navy is a compact, high-tech, and very potent expeditionary force. At its core are the 2 brand-new Queen Elizabeth-class aircraft carriers. These are massive, modern ships, and they give the UK the ability to project serious air power anywhere in the world for the first time in a generation. Now we're breaking into the top half. Cracking the top 6, we have the Indian Navy. With a huge coastline and the critical mission of securing the Indian Ocean's vital trade routes, India has been modernizing its fleet at a blistering pace. It's now one of the few countries that operates 2 aircraft carriers. But maybe the most important factor here is that India is building its own warships. That homegrown shipbuilding capability is a massive advantage, letting them build a fleet that's perfectly tailored to their needs. And now for the top 5. At number 5, we're heading to one of the world's most tense regions with the Republic of Korea Navy. Operating in a very tough neighborhood, South Korea has developed an incredibly powerful and technologically advanced fleet. A big part of that is their growing force of destroyers equipped with the Aegis combat system, which gives them a world-class shield against air and missile attacks. You combine that with a large, modern submarine fleet, and you have a navy that absolutely nobody wants to mess with. Just missing a podium. Sitting just off the podium at number 4 is the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force. And let me tell you, this is arguably one of the most technologically advanced navies on the entire planet. While their constitution limits them to a defensive role, their capabilities are anything but limited. Their specialty, anti-submarine warfare. In the contested waters of the Pacific, that skill is absolutely crucial, and Japan's capabilities are second to none. Okay, time for the top 3. And now we enter the top 3. Grabbing the bronze medal is the Russian Navy, a true legacy superpower. Now, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Its surface fleet is mostly made up of aging Soviet-era ships, but Russia's real naval power, it's hidden beneath the waves. Its submarine force is one of the most formidable on Earth, armed with advanced nuclear weapons and capable of disappearing for months at a time. This silent fleet is still the backbone of Russia's strategic might. And the runner-up is... In the number 2 spot, we have the People's Liberation Army Navy of China. The story of the Chinese Navy is just one of jaw-droppingly rapid growth. It is now, by the numbers, the largest navy in the world. And while it might still be playing catch-up to the US in a few key technologies, that gap is closing fast. This naval buildup is central to China's goal of becoming the dominant power in the Indo-Pacific, and it's reshaping the entire global balance of power. You know, this chart really shows just how tight the competition has become in a really critical area. Just look at the submarine numbers for the top 3. The US has a narrow lead, yeah, but Russia and China are right on its heels. This is the new underwater arms race, a silent competition happening deep beneath the waves as each country fights for dominance. And finally, at number 1, was there ever really any doubt? It's the United States Navy. The scale of the US Navy is just at another level. We're talking about 11 full-sized nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. That is more than the rest of the world has, combined. It also boasts the largest and most advanced submarine fleet on the planet. And all of this is backed by a mind-boggling 2025 budget of over $250 billion. It's safe to say the US Navy isn't going anywhere for the foreseeable future. So, that's the state of naval power in 2025. But this whole discussion leaves us with one last fascinating question to chew on. For nearly a century, the aircraft carrier has been the king of the seas. But as we look to the future, with new tech like autonomous drone ships and artificial intelligence changing the very nature of war, what will it even mean to rule the waves in 2050?